So you think you know if you qualify or you don't qualify to purchase a home, but we're here to clear up a few myths. Hi, Toma. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Anel?
I'm good. Thank you for visiting us today.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Great. So what are the first myths that come to mind when people say, no, I can't purchase a home?
I would say one of the big ones is job history. A lot of people think that you need a ton of job history in order to qualify to buy a home. What is your take on it?
It's pretty simple. So job history is going to be almost cut and dry. Obviously, always about these topics. Talk to your loan officer. However, 2 years is what we need of job history. If you have been in the same field for 2 years, we can help you buy a home. If you have been in the same field for 2 years and had to take a leave of absence, or you have a gap in there that we can explain away, but we can gather the 2 years, we're good to go.
So they don't have to be 2 years of continuous employment with the same employer.
Correct.
It can be the same industry, but different employers. And also you're saying that they don't have to, they can have a gap here or there as long as it's reasonable.
Correct. Okay. It's all going to go down to, is it reasonably explainable?
Gotcha. Well, that's good to know.
What's the next one?
Another big one is the down payment. Like, I have clients who are super worried about, not having enough money for a down payment, who often think they have to have 10 or 20% down. What's the truth behind that?
Absolutely none. So the truth is that it depends, right? Because first of all, RVA buyers are 100% financing, no down payment required.
Right.
But there is programs that can go as low as 3% down payment. Mm-hmm. And there's even down payment assistance. So it depends on what your scenario is. Always talk to your loan officer.
Always talk to your loan officer after you talk to your real estate agent.
So I'm going to ask you this one. I hear a lot of people don't want to get pre-approved because they have not found the right house yet.
That's true. That's very true. I run into a client just last week who didn't want to go through the pre-approval process because they hadn't found the house that they were looking for. And in my opinion, I think that they should get pre-approved first so that you know what you can buy. But what's your take on the whole situation there?
Well, I will always say get pre-approved because first of all, we get fixated on how much we're going to pay for the home, but we don't really know what that means in a monthly payment. And
Right.
What we have to pay every month is that monthly payment, not the full balance. Not only that, but we want to make sure that we understand your scenario and what would be best suited for you.
Right.
Because if you start shopping, you don't know if you can afford it. You don't know what the taxes are going to be. You don't know what the insurance is going to be. You don't know if you even qualify. So if we can get you pre-approved, then you're walking around with a blank check, knowing what your payment is going to be on the home that you decide to buy once you find the right home.
I agree. And actually, in my experience as well, you're going to run to different scenarios depending on what city you're in, what county you're in. The tax rates change, whether or not there's an HOA or not. So a lot of things will affect your payment. So it's better to get that pre-approval.
I agree.
Yeah. So I have another question in regards to bankruptcies. And I have a lot of clients that ask, how long after that's all said and done can they start looking for a home again?
Well, it really depends on the program we'll be using, right? But there is programs that allow you to buy within 24 months of the date of dismissal.
Okay. All right. And then after that, they're free to just get their credit run and start applying for a mortgage.
Correct. You do have to realize that rebuilding your credit after a bankruptcy is actually fairly simple because yes, the creditor is not going to give you millions of dollars at a very low interest,
Right.
But they know you can't file bankruptcy again for 7 years. So it is possible to start rebuilding your credit as soon as you file for that bankruptcy.
And I actually know from experience as well, having filed bankruptcy in my past, but eventually time passes by and it comes off of your credit report anyway. So, all you need is time. And that's, fortunately for us, that we've got plenty of that going,
Right.
So I like it.
So if you have any questions, you have any other myths, you need clarification, any information, give us a call, 760-594-0608.
That's right. Remember, the topic of the day is get that mortgage application in. If you have any questions in regard to real estate, you can give me a call. Toma Johnson, 951-356-9586.